And in a major relief to Congress President Sonia Gandhi and her son Rahul, the Delhi High Court has exempted them from appearance in the National Herald case. Well, the Gandhis had been summoned by a city court judge in a case filed by BJP leader Subramanian Swamy, which accuses them of cheating and criminal breach of trust. Well, yesterday, the High Court had adjourned the hearing on the petitions filed by Sonia and Rahul seeking quashing of the trial court summons to them in connection with the case. And of course, now in what comes as a big breather for them, the Delhi High Court has gone ahead and exempted them from personally appearing in the court.
जो इन्होंने जो बहस की उसका कोई क्या उत्तर है और उसको दोनों को देखकर जज फैसला करेगा। तो मुझे तो पहले ही पता था जब समन्स जारी हुई थी और ये आखिर वक्त में आए थे। ये यूजुअल लीगल टैक्टिक्स होती है और कांग्रेस का केस मजबूत नहीं है, बहुत कमजोर है, इसके लिए ही इन्होंने ये उपाय ढूंढा है और हमें कोई इतराज नहीं है क्योंकि हमारे पास समय है। 13 तारीख के बाद हम फिर कल मैं जाऊंगा पटियाला हाउस में और पटियाला हाउस में मैं नया डेट समन्स के लिए उनको हाजिर होने के लिए मांगूंगा और उसके बाद तय होगा। स्वामी जी जो 13-12
Well, this will essentially mean that Sonia and Rahul will not have to turn up in court, will not have to personally appear in court for the National Herald case. Their appeal also will be heard by the Delhi High Court soon after this. Remember, Sonia Gandhi had only yesterday opposed the Delhi High Court in the private criminal complaint against her and the summons issued by a trial court in the case, saying a political party is within its right to write off or assign a loan, and the trial court had issued summons to various Congress leaders on the complaint of Subramanian Swamy, and this is of course with regards to the alleged cheating and misappropriation of funds in acquiring ownership of the now defunct daily National Herald by Young Indian. And well, it wasn't just Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Party treasurer Motilal Vora as well as others were summoned. These two were also the directors of Young Indian, which is why there was so much anger over this particular case. And of course, now in a huge breather to Sonia and Rahul, they will not have to personally appear in court. That does not, however, mean that they wash their hands off this particular case. Their appeal against this particular complaint will be heard in the Delhi High Court tomorrow. Remember, yesterday Sonia Gandhi had gone ahead and issued an appeal where she had gone ahead and stated that the summons issued by a trial court as well as the complaint against her is not something that holds any truth, is not something that can have any sort of impact, considering that a political party is within its right to write off or assign a loan. And let's listen into what Abhishek Mansinghi had to say.
The court found time to hear us at great length, and the arguments as far as the accused are concerned are largely over, except some arguments for one accused are left. The court has yet to hear the complainant. The court has therefore fixed the next week, 13th of August, to hear the complainant, and has till that date the impugned order, the order being the order summoning the accused. So the accused are not required to present themselves in court tomorrow. There is a stay of the order under challenge. The matter will come next week. As counsel in the matter and as responsible persons, I don't think it's appropriate to comment on the merits. We can only say, in a nutshell,
well, heavy rains in Mangalore and Malnad areas are causing great hardships to the residents of the place. Bridges connecting the district across the Kumaradara river has been submerged due to heavy rains. The bathing ghats of Kuki Subramania have also been submerged because of the heavy rains. What you see on your screens was once a bridge. Believe it or not, there was a bridge in that particular area, and now of course it seems to be completely submerged with water after the Kumaradara river went ahead and swelled up because of all the rains that have been lashing the region. In fact, a warning has been issued to all the people living in the area, but some others have dared to try and cross this particular bridge despite the amount of water. There's also a lot of force which could lead to people getting seriously injured or washed away. However, considering that these places have been left disconnected due to these waters from the mainland, they have no choice but to make their way through to the other side either way. And moving on, a Class 10 boy of Tracy Memorial High School has alleged that the principal of the school, Kribanandan, beat him up black and blue for allegedly reaching late to the special class that was being held yesterday. The boy was allegedly slapped about 25 times, which caused his nose to bleed and his face to swell up. The boy, who then went home embarrassed and in pain, locked himself in his room for over an hour. Upon inquiry, he then revealed to his parents about the horrifying experience. The parents have then gone ahead and lodged a complaint with the Cubbon Park police regarding the same. And here's what the victim's brother states happened.
Around 2:30 to 2:30 the school left, around like Tracy Memorial School, they left for home time, okay? So my brother went out for a break, had to get water and picnic, so to chips. Then after that, when he came to the class, he didn't saw the principal calling him. So when he sat down, he drank water. He drank water actually inside. Then the principal came to the class, pointed to my brother to come here, and then he gave 5 slaps to my brother. After that, he told, "What you're doing here? Why didn't you hear me? Are you deaf?" and all. After that, my brother told, "No sir, I was a little bit thirsty, so I drank water. Sorry sir." Then he told, "Sorry actually." Then after that, again he gave 5 slaps. "What are you doing here? Then show me your bag, what you got for the break." Then after that, he took the chips and he took the bottle, threw it in the dustbin, and he gave more like 10 slaps again. And he's telling, "What you're showing on all here, don't show any money rope here. I can put you out of the school. I can put you out of any other school also. So don't show any rope." So because of that, I need my brother got swollen up face and he got bleeding from the nose. So after that, he went to his room and he sat. He didn't came around for 1.5 hour because he was so much in shock and trauma. After that, my mother consulted him to come out of the room, and after that he started crying and he was telling that he was narrating the story. This one happened. Then my father was in the hospital because he's a doctor actually. So he got to know this, and we went to the Cubbon Park police station, filed an FIR. They told to get a medical checkup done. After the medical checkup happened in the boarding hospital, there were signs of swollen face and bleeding of nose. So doctor gave us the certificate that yes, it is true, the principal has beaten up the child.
Well, that was the victim's brother stating that the victim had gone out to take a snack as soon as school got over. He had arrived late for special class, which is why the principal went on to beat him and slap him about 25 times. Now, we also spoke to the principal, Mr. Kribanandan, about this incident. Here's what he had to say.
No, as a child, we have to slap, not the question of slapping. We have to touch them, we have to ask them, we have to give a threat that we are telling to the parents, your parents are paying for this and that. We have to shout as a responsible principal, we have to do that. They are bunking sometimes. Okay. To regularize, we go around, whether the vice principal or myself will go around. No, 1 hour class was there. No, nothing happened. No, the teacher has not noted anything. No, if it is there, the teacher would have reported to me, and I was here till the coaching class got over. No, this is only a story what I feel.
The principal dismissing all that took place. He's calling it a story and stating that nothing of the sort took place. So, of course, the police are investigating the case as of now. If there's any truth, of course, to the students' allegations, there's no doubt that there's going to be a lot of anger, considering that already every school is in the dock after what took place in Vibgyor. Now, corporal punishment seems to also be an issue that has to be addressed. Moving on, we bring you all the updates from Bagalkot with regards to the rescue operations of 6-year-old Timmanda. Well, the rescue operations of Little Timanna has hit yet another roadblock today. A lot of hopes were pinned on Manikantan's robot, but now it has been pulled out of rescue operations as mud kept falling on the little boy trapped in the borewell. Keeping that in mind, Manikantan's robot will not be used for some time. They are now trying different techniques to pull out that mud fist and then possibly push that robotic arm once again below and pull him out. Till then, the excavation will continue because that is the only hope. We understand, of course, that the mud on top of the boy, on top of Little Timanna, is also solidified to a great extent. So that too has become an issue. Meanwhile, rain has also hampered the rescue operations further. It is understood that it rained pretty heavily at one point in this area, so they had to stop the rescue operations. They had to ensure the water doesn't enter the mouth of the borewell either. Well, the condition of Timanna's father, who collapsed yesterday, has improved significantly. Remember, yesterday, due to the grief, he collapsed after meeting with several of the leaders to decide whether they should continue with the rescue operations or not. He collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, but we understand that his condition is much, much better today. And well, the father is doing much better. As you can see, yesterday he had collapsed. He was unable to even take in water. But now at this point, he seems to still be getting to terms with what took place. He is currently being treated in a hospital. Meanwhile, Timanna's family is in tears as they believe that he might be dead. It's been so many hours since the incident took place. He's still stuck in there. It looks like there's a very, very small chance, in which case it will be an absolute miracle if Timanna has survived now. And officials are now staging a protest over the suspension of 2 people following the incident. The Panchayat Development Officer Shaukat Ali Murnal and the Assistant Executive Engineer of the local Taluk Panchayat Kurubagatti were suspended after Timanna fell into the borewell. My colleague Harish joins us over the phone lines with more details. So Harish, if you could take us through the latest updates with regards to the rescue operations.
Well, in the real sense, there has been no major development in terms of the rescue effort. Everyone is waiting for the vacuum suction machine to come in and somehow clear the soil that is deposited on this boy's head, and which is really stopping the rescue operation. We understand late last night and today morning as well, Manikantan's robotic arm tried to somehow grab hold of the 6-year-old boy's arm, but that did not happen. So now everyone is coming up with new plans to somehow clear that soil that has deposited on this boy's head, Akshita.
Right, Harish. Also, we understand that it did rain quite a bit. So what is the condition now? Does it look like the rains will continue, and no doubt that will affect the rescue operations as well?
Well, it was just a brief spell of heavy drizzle that took place just for a few minutes, but thankfully it did not go on to become a heavy rain as such. But since the first day, the overcast conditions are there, and it continues to be overcast today as well. And the rescue officials continue to do their work, keeping fingers crossed, hoping that the weather doesn't make things worse, Akshita.
Right, Harish. Also, we understand that Manikantan's robotic arm will be used once, of course, they clear of the mud on top of Timanna.
Yes, that is the plan right now, to clear the soil, then which will give some more space for maneuvering and also will expose more of Timanna's hand, and this robotic arm will somehow try to grab hold of this 6-year-old boy's hand and pull him out. That's the plan as of now, Akshita.
Right, Harish, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. In fact, those are the updates for you. As of now, they are still working on going ahead and trying to ensure that they pull out all that mud on top of Timanna by using a vacuum of sorts. And after that, if they catch a proper sight of Timanna's hand, they will go ahead and put down that instrument once again to pull out Timanna.